26-23 win at Cincinnati. Dick Enberg with Paul McGuire and Phil Simms at Three Rivers Stadium, just underway. This is the second scrimmage play as the Steelers have it 2nd and 5. Steve Avery and Pegram behind quarterback Mike Tomczak. Pegram, he's got 10 and more. Gets a block all the way to the 47. 17 yards for Pegram before Sean Gale could make the tackle.
Pegram goes to the outside. What happens is the Junior Seau is blitzing from the right side. They go away from Junior Seau. Now look at the blocking up front. Absolutely super. And then Pegram just makes some moves downfield. But this is what they have to do. When you talk about Pegram in this game, Dick and Phil, is the fact that now they can go outside and not have to worry about going up in the middle.
That's right. The first 2 plays, both runs, we saw what he's going to bring to this team today. He can adjust to the line of scrimmage and break it out for big plays.
Thigpen and Johnson both to the left on first down. Tomczak's first pass is a screen to Pegram to the 50. Terrific running by the former Atlanta Falcon, who has nearly 10 yards more before Junior Seau can bring him down. And here, the San Diego defense. Leslie O'Neal, their leading sackmaster year after year. David Brandon getting a start. Of course, Seau 55, the man to watch. And Terran Shaw, the #1 pick of the Chargers, 2nd-round selection, their first pick at the corner, has played very well from Stephen F. Austin. Clark and Montroy come in the nickel defense. So Pittsburgh very impressively moving the ball here. 2nd and 1. Tomczak down the middle. Incomplete. There to cover was Bo Orlando, intended for Yancey Thigpen.
Yancey Thigpen got wide open on that play, and I'll tell you why. Those 2 good runs Pittsburgh had early in the game. You're going to see the safety here at top of the screen, Sean Gale, come up, leaves the defensive secondary wide open, and watch the end cut coming from the bottom of the screen. Nobody in there to defend the pass. Good pass by Mike Tomczak. The pass should have been caught.
So 3rd down and 1. Bo Orlando limps off. Now the Chargers come in with number 31, Willie Clark.
How about 98, Oliver Gibson in the backfield.
And on short yardage, he's the lead blocker. Bam Morris, the ball carrier, and a first down for Pittsburgh at the San Diego 41. Orlando returns.
Oliver Gibson is going to be the lead blocker in all short yardage situations today for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They like what he does. He's big, he's mobile, very athletic, so he might even catch a pass today in some of these short yardage situations.
4th-round draft pick from Notre Dame. You see the star Dennis Gibson of that AFC Championship game injured on that play. 9-year veteran from Iowa State. They call him the General. 3 more yards. That's what they want this year to get them to the Super Bowl. 30 in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, what they want right now is a victory around here. All these Steelers is talking about long time from their last victory. 2 straight losses, and like we said in the opening, it's the way they've lost those games. Coming out, committing turnovers, something they didn't do last year.
1 touchdown, 8 interceptions for Tomczak. He gives to Pegram, and Pegram stuffed at the line of scrimmage, able to fight forward for maybe 2, where it'll be 2nd down and 8. Neil O'Donnell with a broken little finger on his throwing hand in game 1, and there he is, and Tomczak replacing him. Tomczak had a couple of big wins last year off the bench for O'Donnell, but 1 and 8 isn't going to get it done.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done, especially with this Pittsburgh Steelers team, the way they like to play defense, run the football, and he's off to a good start today. Something I thought was critical for him. He's got to feel good about the way he's come out and thrown the football.
On 2nd and 8, a blitz, and Tomczak, and that'll be interference as Terrence Shaw, the rookie, ran right up the back of Yancey Thigpen.
On that blitz right there, what happens? Look at the bottom of the screen here. You'll see number 23, Sean Gale, come on the blitz. Mike Tomczak reads it. He goes to the top and throws the fade pattern to Yancey Thigpen. And you'll see the pass interference. They get their feet tangled right there.
The thing about Terrence Shaw, right here, watch what happens. If he just stays along with him, that's okay. But watch him. He pushes him with his hand. When you push the guy down with your hands, it's pass interference.
And a first down at the 20-yard line for the Steelers, taking the opening kickoff and marching deep now into San Diego territory. Johnson right, Thigpen left. Pegram for 4, nearly 5 yards, as Sean Gale came up from the secondary to make the tackle. Well, in the red zone inside the opponent's 20-yard line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's been not entirely a brick wall, but 11 possessions, 5 touchdowns, 20th out of the 30 teams in the NFL.
That was Paul McGuire running, in case you wanted to know.
No wonder they're not getting in the end zone. Tom Zach has a man open. Thigpen, first and goal at the 5. A well-designed opening drive for Pittsburgh.
This is just a quick slant. You see Thigpen on the outside on Harper. Right to the inside. Bang. There's no safety help. I don't know where Bo Orlando is. Oh, there he is. He finally showed up and made a tackle.
Mike Tomczak got to a good start again. He recognized the man coverage on the strong side of the formation. He came back to the weak side, saw the one-on-one, and makes a good throw.
First and goal, 5 yards away from an opening score. Pegram loses a yard. Good defensive penetration, and under the pile, number 55, Junior Seau.
Junior Seau makes the play, but number 23, Sean Gale, you're going to watch him step up and turn the play inside. Here comes Sean Gale. See 23 taking on guard right there? That's the guy that really makes the play. He enables everybody else to make the tackle.
And that's what they talked about. They needed safeties to be more aggressive, come up and force the action. And we've already seen Sean Gale and Bo Orlando make big hits and help against this Pittsburgh running game already.
Second and goal, and Tomczak looks to the sidelines, didn't understand the call, or was running out of time, and we take our first commercial break. In the East, the Goodyear blimp, one of America's most enduring corporate images, gives us a chance to remind you tonight to stay tuned for In the Line of Duty, based on a true story. It stars NYPD Blues Nicholas Turturro in his 11th season from Ohio State. 10th play of the drive, second and goal. Pegram reverses his field. Now he has some blockers. Great running by Pegram. And he's all the way to the 1-yard line, and a flag down. Could be a face mask. Talk about an ad-lib run.
What a job by Eric Pegram there. It was a pass. He saw it was covered. Steve Avery, the defense didn't suck up and far enough for him to throw over the top. And a great ad-lib.
Foul. Tackling by the face mask. Number 28. Automatic first down. Half a distance to the goal.
Watch Eric Pegram right here. You see the toss. He's going right. Good carry out of the fake. Oh, and now he decides to pass. They see it. And now he just ad-libs, comes back across the field. Some good blocking by the people standing. Look at John Jackson, throws a good block there. Yancey Thigpen can't get in there. And you see the face mask by Dwayne Harper.
Dwayne Harper did a great job. I mean, he stayed with the play, did everything perfectly except to grab the face mask, which is an automatic first down inside the 1-yard line.
In comes Oliver Gibson to block the 283-pound rookie, and Bam Morris with him. 4 shots from the 1. Bam Morris over the top, touchdown. Oh, Bill Cowher's Steelers were indeed ready for San Diego today. They take the kickoff and march it very impressively for a score.
All right, Oliver Gibson, they just take him out of the play. He's just in motion. He goes away, and then Bam goes right up over the top. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and that's exactly where they went.
I like that they used Oliver Gibson, though. The defensive lineman is a decoy right there. So
Hell yeah. Use him.
10th career touchdown, his 3rd rushing this season for the second-year man from Texas Tech. Bam Morris, who fumbled last week, didn't please Cowher, so Morris did not start today. Norm Johnson's extra point down the middle. And it's the Steelers 7, the Chargers nothing. Took them 6 minutes to score. Day. Norm Johnson on to kick off for the Steelers, who have an early 7-0 lead on the 1-yard dive by Bam Morris. Johnson will kick to one of the dangerous return men in the league, Andre Coleman. He has 1 punt return for a touchdown this year. He had 3 kickoff return touchdowns last year, one of those in the Super Bowl. Bam and Pegram both contributing on that opening drive. Pegram very impressive. He was the spark.
Couldn't have worked out any better for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomczak getting off to a good start, and Eric Pegram too.
Johnson spins it to the left sideline. Coleman gets it at the 12. Almost got around the outside containment, but Chris Oldham makes the tackle at the 27 on a 15-yard return. Stan Humphries takes the field. Stan with a pair of 43-yard touchdown throws in that AFC Championship game. And we welcome those of you who watched the Patriots and the Falcons. Atlanta winning 30-17 and off to a very solid 4-1 start. Here at 7-0, Pittsburgh scoring on their opening possession. And now it's San Diego's offense on the field for the first time. Popunu in motion. Humphries comes out throwing to Tony Martin, who leads the AFC in receptions, and that's his 30th catch of this young season. Here the Charger offense with the blockers in front. Courtney Hall is regarded as one of the best centers in the league. In the backfield with Humphries, Nathan Means. He's rushed for over 100 yards 3 consecutive games. Ronnie Harmon, one of the better third down backs. In fact, more catches than any running back in the NFL the last 3 years. And they flag down as Means takes the hit from Ray Seals. Flags flutter.
Ray Seals just want to let Natron Means know, I'm here. Hello. Welcome to Pittsburgh. They want to flag after the play, what Seals did.
Jerry Austin, the referee.
Before the ball was snapped, ball start. Number 87, 5 yards. It's still second down.
Well, the Chargers and somewhat remindful of the way they started in that AFC Championship game. You see Dwayne Young with Greg Lloyd in his face. Young a little
That'll make
twitch.
me flinch. Yeah, Greg Lloyd's over me. I'd worry.
1st and 15 from the 29. Means. Look at the big man roll outside. And all the way to the 42-yard line and a first down.
You know what the secret is, Means? Get your arms around him. But where do you get your arms around him? You've got to have real big arms. Here he comes right at you. You're going to see Kevin Green on the outside. Watch this. Here goes Means inside. Try to tackle him. No chance there. That was Lake. And then Means bounces to the outside. That's just great running.
He's second only to Emmitt Smith of the Cowboys after the first 4 games of this season. 3 straight 100-yard games and a first down now at the 41. Humphries over the middle to Martin, and Martin into Pittsburgh territory with a first down at the 47. Al Boyd Mays on the corner to make the tackle.
Stan Humphries there do a good job of reading the defense. You see Tony Martin once again. Al Boyd Mays giving a little cushion, a good solid route inside, and Stan Humphries very good at throwing those short balls over the middle, sticks it in there.
Martin acquired 4th round pick from Miami a year ago. Up the middle, and Natron has about 3, maybe 4 against the Pittsburgh defense that terrorized the league last year. 55 sacks to lead the NFL. Big guys up front that don't get much credit. Buckner, Steve, and Seals. The linebackers do. Green and Lloyd, the best pair of sackers in the league last year. Brown has 4.5 already this season. Figures and Bell come in. Williams and Mays are playing the corners, not Figures and Woodson, who started at the end of the year. Woodson hurt, Figures in an off-season accident. Flipped in the air, intercepted. Willie Williams, one man to beat. Humphries cuts behind Humphries. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. the deflection. Shannon Mitchell had it bounce off his hands, and Williams with a sizzling return for 6.
It's all set up because Carnell Lake, you'll see him up here coming in the blitz. You'll see the receiver go out in the flat. Stan Humphries reads it, and when he throws it a little too quick and too hard. That's why the ball goes up in the air, and this Pittsburgh team still, even though Rod Woodson's not there, will keep coming after you.
Johnson adds the extra point. The third-year corner from Western Carolina, Willie Williams, with perhaps his biggest moment in the NFL, his first National Football League touchdown, and the Steelers jump out early, 14-0.
And Willie Williams, it's a wonderful interception, but I'll tell you right afterwards, the offense is going to get chewed out because a lot of these guys kind of stop. Stan Humphries does his job. Watch what he does. He makes Williams cut back to the inside, and then you're going to see guys loafing downfield, and especially Natron Means. Look at 20. He could have buried him right there and slowed down to get blocked.
Natron kind of took a left turn there, going in just the opposite direction.
He's heading for the tunnel.
Yeah, I tell you will hear about that.
14-0. Johnson sends it toward the near sideline to Andre Coleman. And the Steelers second best in the league in stopping kickoff return men, allow only 12 on that shot. Chris Oldham another tackle. Second already. Reminder tonight, must see 14-0 Steelers. Humphrey starts from inside his 20, and this crowd making it tough to hear. Incomplete, almost another interception for Williams.
I can't believe that Stan Humphries threw this ball where he threw it, because there are 4 guys around the receiver. I mean, why do you want to throw the ball there? Take a look at this pass. Now watch the black shirts in this area, and you're going to get him killed. You know the one thing about it, when you look at that interception for the touchdown?
Yeah.
You know, Pittsburgh last week got the ball back to the offense 4 times. They got 3 points. They figured, why not just score ourselves? If they're not going to do it, we'll do it. Whoops.
Harry Swain, and the noise from this Three Rivers Stadium crowd making it difficult on those linemen, tackles especially, and Swain.
Ball start, number 72, 5 yards. It's still second down.
What does Stan Humphries tell you about up at Oakland was so terrible they cut their game plan in half?
Yeah, they talk about their running game. They come out, and a lot of times they have a run that Stan determines whether it's going to go right or left. They went to Oakland. It was so loud he couldn't do that. So today they'll just call the plays, go to the line, and run them.
Under 6 minutes left, opening quarter. Humphries hit as he throws. Kevin Green on his back.
You want to talk about the doors opening up. I mean, Kevin Green virtually wasn't touched. He's on the top of the screen. Take a look at Kevin Green coming down. No one really blocks him. They don't even look at him. I'm trying to grab him.
Isaac Davis was trying to get out there to get him, but he was too slow. You got to remember, Kevin Green, he's a linebacker with good speed. He's going to get around that corner quick. You have to get out there immediately.
Grab him by the hair.
Yeah, to do that.
Safety blitz, and Alvoid Mays, had he turned, covering Tony Martin, would have had another interception. And Humphries throwing under desperation, and they love the defense.
Greg Lloyd, you'll see him here in the middle of the defense. He's going to come around here and come in untouched. Ronnie Harmon is a little too slow and seeing the blitz right here. Watch Greg Lloyd. Here he comes. Oh, too late. Comes in and gets a good hit on the quarterback.
Darren Bennett's punt to Andre Hastings at the 30. And Hastings dropped after a 1-yard return. It's the NFL on NBC. Many happy faces in that booth. On the left, General Manager Bobby Beathard and owner Alex Spanos. His son Dean, who is vice chairman of the Chargers with an operation this week, missing his first game on the road. And so thus far, a game that has been all Pittsburgh. 14-0. The Steelers have the ball again. And it's Pegram to the 34. Pickup of 3. Dennis Gibson back in there with a tackle along with Sean Gale. Pegram
who went to North Texas State, home of Joe Green and Ron Shanklin, and a big fan of Red Fox, so much so that he has all the Sanford and Son VCRs. That's how he inspires himself in his free moments.
Watches the tapes of Red Fox. I tell you, we liked it yesterday. He says he has it all on tape.
Tom Zach to his tight end, Mark Bruner, the #1 pick of the Steelers in the last draft out of the University of Washington. Orlando makes the tackle right at the 6.
What you're going to see on this play right here, Mark Bruner basically gets picked by the outside receiver. You see him coming out in the flat, catches the ball. Orlando's not able to get around and make the play quick enough. They're very happy with Mark Bruner. Say he's coming along. They got to find more playing time with the #1 draft pick out of Washington.
6'4" and 250, replacing Harry Green, who went on to Miami. It's enough for the first down. And he's not able to get around the corner as David Brandon, 51, there to make the stop. Brandon, who's making his second stint with the Chargers.
You know, Junior Seau, one of the reasons it's hard to block him, you see him right here, and he always lines up behind the 3 big guys there. You see the 3 defensive linemen? Now watch him run in pursuit right there, coming down the line of scrimmage. Nobody can get to him to block him, and if the play is not made by the defender, Brandon, Junior would step in there and make the play.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Pegram, and Brandon can't bring him down. And finally in the secondary, Bo Orlando stops him just shy of a first down. 10 more yards for Pegram.
They threw Pegram's shoe away.
Here you're going to see this time Pegram's going to come up, and you're going to see Junior right here try to come up, and they block. They do a good job of blocking, and Pegram actually goes in the wrong hole, but makes a good cut, breaks through the tackle. Brandon right there. Should have broken inside, but he's pumped up. Tough today. That's why he broke the tackle, made a good run.
You know, they take gaps on San Diego's defense, and that time it looked to me like Junior kind of guessed wrong.
3rd down and 2 out of the shotgun. Tom Zach, the 4 wide, and he throws it away. Closest to the ball, Charles Johnson, second-year receiver from Colorado, and for the first time today, Bill Cowher's team is stopped and will have to punt it away.
Well, there's an example of what Phil was talking about with Tom Zach. Don't do something stupid. They got 14 points. Throw the ball away.
That's right. Nobody was open. Good decision. Didn't try to force it because it only leads to turnovers. And that's right. Throw it away with a 14-0 lead. Now they can play Pittsburgh football. This is the way they want to do it.
Coleman back. Ron Stark sends a long spiral. Coleman lets it go, and it is in the end zone. San Diego will start from the 20-yard line. 51-yard punt, 31 net. Stan Humphries and the Chargers known.
Are we there yet? This
No,
is a long drive.
Are we there yet? How many of us have heard that song? 10 drives. Long drive, 6 first scores, 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals. That's what a Natron Means will do for you.
Well, that's right. That's the trademark of the San Diego offense. Run it, run it, run it. Long drives and stick in a big pass play because of the run game somewhere along the line.
Means and San Diego, the call from the back seat so far would be, we're not even close to getting there yet. 14-0 Pittsburgh.
I think the one guy that has to come into this football game for San Diego to get this thing moving is Ronnie Harmon. They've got to get Ronnie Harmon in the game, either throwing the ball to him, and this year they've said he's run more with the ball than he ever has in the past, and this is a great player. He's a guy that can turn the game around.
Well, you must be reading the San Diego newspapers. A lot of people out there feel the same way. Humphries outside, and Martin's momentum takes him out of bounds before the first down. Willie Williams on that corner. It'll be a 3rd down and about 2.5. Tony Martin, Metcalf at Atlanta, and we don't know how many he had today. Jerry Rice with 34, not 24, and Tony Martin with 29, now has 3 today, up to 32. Incomplete, intercepted. It's going to be another touchdown. This time Alvoid Mays. Oh, my. For Mays, 2 deflections, 2 interceptions, 2 Pittsburgh touchdowns.
You know the amazing part about this, Phil, is how quickly this defensive team becomes an offensive team once they get the ball in their hands. I mean, they just all turn around and block.
These are situations they're used to, Paul. They're used to getting turnovers and seeing what's going to happen and trying to score with them.
Johnson's extra point, and we're minute 33 seconds left in the first quarter, and Pittsburgh leads 21-0, and it's the defense that has scored 2 times.
Well, you can see Pittsburgh. Watch the linebackers coming right here, and you'll see Alfred Papuno coming out here in the flat. Stan Humphries just throws it a little bit behind him, and he's not able to adjust and make the catch. San Diego, not a great short ball throwing team, because of the pressure of the Steelers. They're really getting away from their game plan, something they haven't done in the past, and Pittsburgh's taking advantage of it.
Oh, Phil, now I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when these guys convert themselves from defense to offense. So watch the blocking after the play. Here's the interception by Mays, and then the guys that are put on their backs on the ground. There's one down. There goes another one down. They just convert right back to offense from defense.
Well, the Steelers, understandably, plenty excited, and though they played down the revenge element, boy, they're playing like they want to give San Diego a whipping today.
It looks like revenge. I tell you, they're used to seeing it happen to them the last couple of weeks. They're watching the other team's defense make these kind of plays against their offense. They've turned it around today, something they wanted to do.
I'm telling you, the defense last week gave them the ball 4 times to the offense, and they got 3 points. They said, we're not going with that. We're taking it ourselves. We'll score the touchdown. And they're going to stay on defense. This offense is going to be well-rested. I can tell you that.
Alvoid Mays, a free agent, unrestricted, picked up from the Redskins this year, and he's playing because of the injury to the great Rod Woodson. Andre Coleman, he's going to be busy the way this game's going. They kick again left to the 5. Cutting the field on the Chargers. Oh, is he crushed? What a hit by veteran Jerry Olszewski.
If you can't play on the defense, then I want to play on special teams. Jerry Olszewski, number 55, a great special teams player, but watch Coleman disappear. Into the hole, back out of the hole. Hello. You ever on a kickoff team? You were never on a kickoff team. I was on it for 11 years. That's fun down there, man.
You weren't the returner, were you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Didn't they call you Wild Horse in those days?
A slow horse.
Oh, this crowd loving it. Mean stuff. Carnell Lake. We go to New York.
Some major league to be in football situations. Well, you know, when they try on 2nd down, they're at 3rd and 4. This is where they want to be. But they've been throwing these short passes to the tight ends, and the tight ends aren't ready for them.
Well, these tight ends the San Diego Chargers have are not noted as pass catchers. They like to throw the ball outside, so that's who they need to throw it to, the wide receiver.
Fumbled snap, and Humphries covers it. They had brought in Ronnie Harmon in that 3rd and 3.5, but Humphries unable to get the snap, and the Steelers defense disrupting Bobby Ross's offense totally in this first quarter. Pittsburgh 21, San Diego nothing. 1-0 lead. That's Darren Bennett, one of only 3 players in the NFL who did not attend college. He was an Australian rules football star, now at 30. In his first year as the punter for San Diego, he was one of those long kickers in Australian rules, and a very tough reputation he had there.
Looks like he hadn't finished shaving yet.
41-yard average. They call him mate because that's what he calls everyone else. Andre Hastings at the other end. Very high and a fair catch at the 17-yard line. So the Steelers, with a 21-0 lead, will have the ball when we come back. Staff, a
very pleasant afternoon as you look at Ron Earhart, your offensive coordinator with the New York Giants. You had some 21-0 leads early, and then does Earhart change his philosophy?
Well, if you're a quarterback, it can get a little bit of frustrating because they'll tell you to go out on the field, start running that clock down, and let's shorten the game now.
In the second quarter, early. Hand it off. Eric with 2 R's, Pegram, E-R-R-I-C, Eric, because his twin brother was Derek, D-E-R-R-I-C. He said they're fraternal twins, and you wouldn't recognize them one to the other. He grew up in Dallas, where he's a big Tony Dorsett fan, and he said he'd like to think of himself as a Tony Dorsett, but with a Walter Payton in him, too, that'll run over you.
He wants it all. Little Earl Campbell thrown in there, he will have it all.
2nd and 7. Zach going long for Big Pen. That'll be another interference. At the 45 of San Diego. Not even close. Terrence Shaw with a couple of interference calls that anyone that's ever seen a game could have dictated.
Dick, Jerry Stevens here, the head of the officials here.
Pass interference. Number 29 of the defense. First down.
Every official threw a flag. I mean, it was like Flag Day. These guys all wanted to get in on it. I mean, there's just no question. Thigpen downfield. Shaw is there. But look at this. You can't touch him. You can't do that. He's holding his arm. But when all the flags are, what, 5 or 6 on the field?
Everybody threw a flag, and I tell you what, the San Diego Chargers defense is already gambling, thinking the Steelers are going to run that football. They cross them up and go for the score.
Thought they were going to play it safe.
Pegram gets out of another tackle. He has run very well. It's taken the 2nd or 3rd man to bring him down. This time Terrence Shaw. That's 62 yards on penalties for San Diego thus far, more than their offense has been able to give Bobby Ross.
So, you know, Dick loves to talk to the players and say, you know, what do you like to do on the off season? What do you really like to do? And Pegram says, I like to go home. I just like to go home. Be with my family. I want to go home. And I kind of like that.
Yeah, I know. He said, I don't want no vacations in Hawaii or any of those places. I just want to go home and eat some good cooking.
That's right.
Well, the Angels and Rangers both trailing sizable scores. Underneath he goes to Avery. Steve Avery, much traveled, and
He really couldn't do. He didn't have good hands, but Mike Tomczak made a good decision. Dropped it off underneath the zone to him.
another first down. Give it to Pegram. And he's all the way to the 22-yard line. Fumbled, and the Chargers think they have it, but I believe it's been ruled down. 13-yard gain for Pegram, and Pittsburgh maintains control.
I know this isn't a guess, but I'm going to tell you they're running away from Junior Seau. They get Seau on
17 catches coming into this game.
Mike Tomczak is just doing a good job of picking out the open receivers. Right here, you're going to see Charles Johnson again, one of those slant patterns. Tomczak with the perfect throw, showing really a good confidence in himself and throwing the ball over middle in traffic.
You know where else he can go? If he wants to, just go to Avery again. Avery comes out in the flat, and nobody covers this guy.
That's right.
See the scoreboard, 2nd and 1. They go with their short yardage set, and Morris greeted rudely right at the line of scrimmage.
Davis on the stop for San Diego.
Big Reuben Davis, 320 pounds, along with the Grizzly, Sean Lee. You got to go nicknames, you know, that's important. Whitey.
You hurt them, Dick.
First and 10. And he threw that one away almost into the arms of the San Diego Chargers. Was that Junior Seau? Yes, it was Seau sprinting in there trying for the turnover.
Well, what really sets this play up here, you're going to see Reuben Davis coming around and just forcing his way to Mike Tomczak, and Tomczak almost makes the big error trying to avoid the sack and almost throws an easy interception for Junior Seau.
His first mistake today, and it was almost costly. I mean, you've got 21-point lead, and you don't try to make something happen down here. You know you've got 3.
That's a very important baseball score correction. The Angels lead 2-1. If they win and Seattle loses, the Angels are in the playoffs. Pegram goes down, and another loss on 2nd down. That'll be up about 3rd and 12 Just a real duck in something. One of my favorite people in all of sports. Gene Autry celebrated his 88th birthday on Friday. Wouldn't it be something if his team, after that terrible collapse, would make it to the playoffs after all? Pegram skidding down, and seemingly 55. Seau always around the ball.
Well, I'm kind of glad Don Mattingly, the Yankees, finally got into the playoffs today.
I know you're a big Yankee fan.
All those years, he's never had a taste of the postseason, but he will now.
Tom Zach on third and dropped wide open as Pegram, and he fumbles out of bounds. Pittsburgh maintains possession. The ball at the 8, short of the first down. Norm Johnson and the field goal unit comes on for the Steelers.
Philly could have hit either back.
Yeah, he could. He made the good decision right there of not trying to take a chance and get the first down or the touchdown. He throws it short, get the field goal, which is just as important right now.
Seau very slow getting up, and now down on all fours. Tried to walk it off and could not. So the score is already ugly if you're a San Diego fan, and then if you see this great player go down, how costly can it be? Seau looks as if he's talking to the turf.
You know, and last year, this guy played an entire season with one arm. Here goes Seau into the sideline.
I can't see anything there. The reason why he's hurt, he seems to be just upset with himself a lot there, too. I don't know the reason why, but he's walking off pretty good right now.
First one of the big stories of this football day, if you're just tuning in, Troy Aikman early in the game, Dallas at Washington, without being hit, out of the game with a injured calf, and some feared an possible Achilles injury. And Washington beat Dallas, the first loss for the Cowboys. 25-yard attempt for Johnson. And the Steelers lead 24-0. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Standing in the first half, and with a 24-0 lead, that's the most points scored against San Diego in any game this year. Previously, Philadelphia with 21. The Chargers winning that game 27-21. Norm Johnson, veteran from UCLA, hits this one cleanly, and Andre Coleman will take the kneel down in the 20. Well, next Sunday, one of the big games, and we'll be there in Miami, where the only no start. That's next Sunday. Be with us. Doubleheader, NBC. Natron Means, hard-earned yard, flag down. Thrown by the referee. Motion is the call.
Boy, you talk about disorganized. This Charger team hasn't got anything started at all. They threw a couple of passes earlier, made a couple of first downs in their first drive, but since then, it's been all Pittsburgh.
Illegal motion, number 20. Penalty is declined. Second down.
No, Means starting before the snap, and there's no question but what the noise of this crowd is affecting the call of San Diego.
Already we can see, though, last week Pittsburgh's defense was really hurt by cutbacks. Natron keeps looking for that cutback today, but that defense is staying in place and preventing it.
Well, they declined the penalty. Humphreys, and another juggling play. Tony Martin unable to pull this in, and another flag is down as Humphreys hit as he throws.
You want to talk about hearing some footsteps? I mean, you know, we know that Pittsburgh, they're going to blitz, and we know that Pittsburgh's going to hit you, and they're going to stick you.
Offsides, number 95 of the defense, 5 yards. Repeat, second down.
Greg Lloyd, the leading tackler of the Steelers, getting an early jump.
Well, watch this when Martin comes into the inside. You think he's paying attention to this football? Here's the ball in there. Watch his head. No. He can feel. He can feel coming up behind him. Number 28, Alvoid Mays.
2nd and 4. Means driving through Levon Kirkland, and up from the secondary, Darren Perry. It looks as if it's enough for a first down.
Right, again, you'll see Natron Means, as he goes up into the line of scrimmage, is looking for that cutback, but that Pittsburgh Steeler defense showing good discipline. Watch him right here. He's looking to bounce it outside. There's Chad Brown standing his ground. Levon Kirkland's in there, but Natron, the big running back, can power through and still get the first down.
Pittsburgh defense, they're in every single hole.
Means now with 30 yards of a 59 total.
throws it away.
Isaac Davis, number 73. Just, you talk about holding.
Isaac in his second year.
It's Buckner. Was he holding Buckner, number 96? I mean, Isaac Davis.
Holding number 73 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
Watch 73 in the offensive line. Here's the holding right here. There's your holding. Get your arm out to the outside. I said that's Steed that he held, not Buckner.
And Davis, who was an All-America trumpet player in high school, he had all the valves on that one, didn't he? On first down and long. Oh, my. Almost another for Willie Williams. He's got the taste. He's salivating in that secondary.
Well, something you talked about, Paul, before the game. They had to keep good football situations first and 20. Bobby Ross yesterday even said these holding penalties, especially on first down, we got to get rid of. Last week, Eric Moten alone had 4 holding penalties. So, again, putting them in tough situations.
Second down 20. Humphreys only 24 yards passing and 2 interceptions, both for touchdowns. Goes deep to Martin, but behind him as Martin drawing double coverage from Carnell Lake and Willie Williams.
That was a good read by Stan Humphreys, really, but Carnell Lake just doing a good job. You'll see him right here. Watch him read just the quarterback's eyes and the in cut from the bottom of the screen. You see him going back to the middle, and watch this. You see Stan Humphreys turn right. He flies over there, and there's really no room for the ball to get into the receiver.
The other problem too is that the linebackers are getting depth, and that's what's really killing San Diego's short game.
Third and 20, and Humphreys knows they're coming. Gets a good block, and who's he hit? And Jefferson unable to make the catch, and Humphreys is down and holding the right hand. Kevin Green saying, hope you're okay. That doesn't make him feel any better, does it?
Well, Buckner was back there. Lloyd was back there.
When you're a quarterback and you're sprinting out in those type of situations, you got to feel the pressure coming from the backside. Oh, Kevin Green comes through. Oh, and a nice hit by Chad Brown.
Yeah, that was helmet to helmet. That's a $12,000 hit right there. Darren Bennett.
Wow.
Look at this kick. Wow. Spiral all the way back to the 12-yard line. Hastings. Maybe it was too long a kick. Hastings, and Bennett brings him down. We told you he's a tough guy. Australian rules. He couldn't wait to make the hit. 67-yard punt, 30-yard return. Bennett sent it, and Bennett ended it.
This is not a usual kicker here to come down and make this kind of hit. Watch this right here. Full speed, boom.
Meanwhile, well played, Bam Morris. And Morris to the 45-yard line, a gain of 2. Let's go back. Chad Brown coming in high, helmet to helmet, and that's the NFL has been handing out $12,000 fines for this kind of play.
You could see Stan Humphreys' right hand go up near his face mask, and he looks like he just caught the thumb, maybe. That could be a big problem for his thumb.
But that was definitely spearing. I mean, Chad Brown went head to head, and that was his head first that hit the helmet.
Second and 8, Tom Zach underneath to the 50, and it's taken away by San Diego. Chargers ball as Lewis Bush, on making the tackle, just ripped it away from Jonathan Hayes. So San Diego has it for the first time on a turnover at the 50.
Jonathan Hayes just does not have control of the ball, and watch what Bush does. He just reaches in and takes the ball away. Jonathan Hayes will bobble this a little bit right here. As he's bobbling it, Bush goes right in, takes the ball away. That's beautiful.
7:14 left before halftime. Stan Humphreys is back in there, and he goes long. He's got a man, and it's broken up. Tony Martin was the intended receiver. Darren Perry able to come over from free safety to knock it away.
Phil, I was watching Perry. I mean, you talk about getting a jump on the ball. He knows he should have had that interception. Look at him smiling. What a great jump.
Stan Humphries gets back. I wonder if that thumb's fine. Look at that ball wobble. You never see Stan throw wobblers. He always throws those nice spirals. And I think that was the difference between a touchdown and this ball being broken up by Darren Perry. Good play by Darren Perry, though, seeing it and getting over there.
2nd and 10, and Means right into a pile of black. Only a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 8.
I have to wonder.
You see the takeaways this season, 4 of them, now 5 with a Bush interception, but only 7 points.
You know, we were talking to Junior Seau yesterday and asked him, like, Pittsburgh last week got the ball back 4 times. He got 3 points. I said, would that frustrate you as a defensive player? He said, I would have to go into the locker room and say something to our quarterback and the offense. You better get it going. And right here, they better get it going.
Underneath and complete to Mark Say, his first catch today to the 36 and a first down. 11 yards on the play.
Right there, what the Steelers do, they play it safe, they play zone, and the Chargers send a receiver deep. Stan Humphries looks down the field, sees it's not there, does a good job of coming to the 3rd receiver, Mark Say, underneath for the first down.
And Willie Williams, one of the Pittsburgh stars today, you see him going right over the top of his helmet and slow getting up. Williams with a 63-yard interception touchdown, and Alvoid Mays, the other Steeler corner, 32 yards interception touchdown, both on tipped balls, and that's what's key this Pittsburgh 24-0 lead.
Willie Williams contact lens.
On figures, number 21 comes in for Williams.
Those aren't very good numbers, boys.
This is the best field position of the day for the Chargers. Downfield to the tight end, Dwayne Young, and that's the first catch of the year for the 280 to 295-pound Young.
Keep going up.
Well, what a job, though, by Stan Humphries there of throwing the ball really when the receiver is covered. You're going to see right here, look at Chad Brown and LaVon Kirkland, 2 linebackers. They're going to see the play and drop back. Stan Humphries just throws it in there behind the receiver. And what's the catch here? 2 linebackers right around, does a good job of throwing to the back shoulder. Dwayne Young makes a nice catch.
It was a great catch.
First down at the 19. Means goes outside and bumps out of bounds at the 13-yard line by Alvoid Mays.
You know, here's the situation. You're down 24-0, and I know you're only in the second quarter of this ball game, but you've got to get 7 and not 3. You've got to come out of this thing with a touchdown. Now, that guy there is starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to run with a little force now, more straight ahead, and he's not looking for that cutback, it looks like, anymore.
I tell you, you don't want to cut back against these guys, Pittsburgh, because they're in every single gap.
2nd and 4. Touchdown, San Diego. It looked as if they had him trapped behind the line of scrimmage, and he picks his way like a little scat back and a 13-yard rumble.
What a job right there. I mean, for a big man, what a pair of feet. Dancing around the defenders.
Let's talk about that was a great run. But here are the Chargers now, 24-6 at this point. They are going for 2.
In comes Terrell Fletcher, 2nd-round draft pick from Wisconsin, and he comes in and calls time, late arriving. Let's go back to the touchdown by Means, almost collision on the handoff.
Yeah, but what Means does here is, watch this. Here's the collision. They run into each other. He knocks Humphries down, but then he sees the hole. Now watch this load pick up some people at the 5, and just that's Lake hanging on. Or Colonel Lake was telling us yesterday, he said he hit him last year in a championship game. He almost killed me. This guy here is a load. Natron Means just picking his way through. Shows you the agility of a big man.
Yes, he does. Chad Brown and LaVon Kirkland both unblocked, had free shots at him, and with those feet he was able to go around them both for the touchdown.
So Jonathan Hayes juggling
Okay, boy, the tight ends have been bad luck today for quarterbacks. The 3 interceptions have all been tight ends juggling the ball, and the opposition coming away with it. Pittsburgh 2 touchdowns, and Hayes juggling, and the intercept by Lewis Bush leads to a 50-yard march and the Chargers touchdown.
Well, I know that Phil Sims is going to get on me because I always say go to the tight end, go to the tight end. And there's 3 tight end passes, 2 intercepted for touchdowns, and 1 that turned into a touchdown afterwards.
Ronnie Harmon comes in as the Chargers go for 2. That's Papuno. Humphries. Incomplete. Sean Jefferson well covered in the end zone. Humphries had plenty of time, but couldn't find a man working his way open.
All right, quarterback Phil Sims. Why did they go for 2?
Well, they wanted to get it down to 3 scores. I guess 8, 8, and 8. That's what they're looking at. I don't know. I didn't agree with the call there, but right there, the Steelers do a good job of dropping back in zone. You're going to see the defenders here. They go back and wait for the receivers to come out, and that's why Stan Humphries has nobody to throw the ball to. You see him roll to the right. The Steelers stay in their zones. Don't over pursue. Right there, Willie Williams does a good job of staying with the receiver, and Stan throws it away. Smart play.
Well, a little comfort for Bobby Ross. He's a very interesting guy. I don't know if there is a coach in professional football that is more dedicated to just that coaching. He has no distractions, no radio show, no TV show. He does no commercials. In fact, he said, my favorite food is cream of wheat. He said, you know, that cream of wheat is so good, I'll eat it 3 times a day. Now, that tells you a lot about his personality and his lifestyle.
Hey, one thing about him, though, is he says, we don't practice with pads a lot. We don't do the hitting, but we run and every single day. You know that this guy is in total control of his football team.
Boss Ross.
Boss Ross, that is. He's talking about the one thing. He says, I don't know if my team has the same personality that I do, but he says, I don't try to change them and will my personality on them.
Carney kicks it off to the end zone, and Ernie Mills is going to take it out. 15. Great. And finally pushed out of bounds. A flag down, another flag down, and Mark Bruner and Rodney Harrison going at it and threw a couple of wild swings. Willie Clark got him out of bounds.
Bruner lost his helmet on that exchange.
Boy, what a super block.
Holding number 87 of the receiving team during the run back. 10 yards, first down.
Bruner is ticketed. Want to remind you, coming up at halftime, Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC, halftime report. Messrs. Gumbel, Ditka, and Gibbs in our New York studios getting you caught up on all the scores. Highlights some most interesting games again today. All around the league, week 5 on the NFL, so stay tuned. One unbeaten team after 5 weeks play. Don Shula's Miami Dolphins, who just did survive against his son's David Cincinnati Bengals, and it'll be the Colts and Miami down in South Florida next Sunday on NBC. First down, Pegram eludes another tackle. He's done that all half, and out to the 28-yard line he goes.
Boy, does he add an awful lot to this offense. This offense has been an offense that just bangs and bangs and bangs, and that's with Van Morris. But then you put a guy like Pegram in, and watch this. His legs never stop. The blocking. Avery gets a block on the outside, knocks the man to the inside, and here's Pegram, bounces himself outside and picks up a first down. This is the kind of guy you need in this offense, a guy that can get outside.
A guy that can create plays. That's what he's doing. You can't always block these running plays perfect and create holes. The runner has to do it sometimes. That's what he's doing today.
70 yards, 70 for Pegram. He gets the call again, and he's out to the 32-yard line. Pegram, remember, just 2 years ago, he was one of the top rushers in the league. He gained nearly 1,200 yards with Atlanta.
Yeah, that was in that run and shoot, and then now he's here with Pittsburgh, and he was telling us yesterday he likes that lead blocker, that fullback going up in there.
Never had one, he said.
Never had one, that's right. He's adjusting quick, though, with this Pittsburgh Steelers offense and the way they like to run the football.
2nd and 5. Down the middle, and it's Bruner, the tight end, and he fights for the first down at the 42, and a flag down. Back where Tom Zach threw the ball.
Leslie O'Neal is a little upset, and it may be roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 91 of the defense, 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
That's Leslie O'Neal, number 91. He's going to come in and get him roughing the passer. Here's the blocking. He goes back inside on a little twist inside, and the ball is thrown.
Wow.
And, you know, that, to me, when he pulled off, unless they're using the helmet again.
I didn't see it. I can understand why some of these defensive players now are getting upset about this rule and how they're protecting quarterbacks, because don't look at me that way, Paul, because that was a bad call.
Wait a minute. This is a quarterback call, and he wants it to be rougher for him.
First down at the 43 of San Diego. Pegram.
And unable to get the line of scrimmage because Sean Gale, coming up from a safety spot, made the tackle.
San Diego gambling a little there. The situation, first down, they're playing the run. Sean Gale, the safety, getting up to the line of scrimmage and shooting in there, stopping the running play.
I'm going to tell you one thing. If they don't throw the ball to Steve Avery somewhere in this drive, they're crazy, because Steve Avery comes out into the flat and absolutely no one goes with him. They're all looking downfield. It's like you're not even there.
Ticking down toward the 2-minute warning, and they just do get the play off. Deep it goes.
Boy, they're just killing the rookie corner, Terran Shaw. He had help from Bo Orlando, another big catch.
What a throw by Mike Tomczak here. Yancey Thigpen going down the sideline. Look at this back shoulder on the line. Good throw by Mike Tomczak. Such a tough time, and to come out here today and play with this confidence and throw with such confidence, I've been very impressed.
He's going for 6 here. Thigpen, and he was out of play. That would have been interference, I would think, except the ball was not catchable, as you saw the signal. There's the signal. Uncatchable.
Oh, guess where they went? Shaw. I mean, you know, they're doing the right thing.
Tomczak, his report card now, he is 8 for 13 and 79 yards. 2nd and 10. Final 2 minutes, first half. Pittsburgh leading 24-6. Whoops. There's a 5-yarder for big number 98, Sean Lee.
Good job with the snap count there, right there. Mike Tomczak gave him a hard count. Sean Lee jumps.
Encroachment, number 98, 5 yards. It's still second down.
That's something Ron Earhart always used to tell us. When we get in the red area, you get in a situation, 2nd and 10, you don't know what to do, pass or run. Go ahead and give them a hard count. Get that situation down to 2nd and 5. Now you can do what you want.
Okay, what's a soft count?
Just going to your normal count. You kind of lull the defensive sleep through the game, always getting the same rhythm. And then when you need that 5 yards, you give them that hard one.
Another flag down as Pegram sprinting to the 10-yard line. And how can you not be impressed by the way this man has played today? He was helped out with a hold that time, but Pegram
holding number 65 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat, second down.
Pegram making taking full advantage of this opportunity.
Right here you see John Jackson on the hold right here that gets rid of the nice run by Eric Pegram. I don't know. Well, I guess he's got that right hand locked around Leslie O'Neal's right arm, and that must be the hold. But talking about Eric Pegram, he came here this offseason. Once he signed with the Steelers, he says, I'm coming up there to be the starter, not a backup, and he's getting his chance today.
They go to 4 wide, actually 5 wide with Tomczak in the shotgun. It's a time and incomplete. Charles Johnson was nearest, and Ernie Mills was close by.
Absolutely perfect coverage by the San Diego Chargers secondary.
They do a good job. Mike Tomczak's trying to go to the top of the screen, and you can see all the defenders right here. Look at this. All right on the men. Everybody across the field is covered. He really has nowhere to go with the football and does a good job of just throwing it between and down on the ground.
Fred McAfee is in for the first time today. McAfee, a former New Orleans Saint. Contact numbers thus far. 3rd and 15. Scrambles, then throws deep. And is a caught. What a catch by Yancey Thigpen. Stole the ball. 25 yards. Took it away from Willie Clark.
no, this might have been pass interference by Willie Clark on the defense because he's not even looking at the ball, but watch Thigpen at the end of this play. You talk about total concentration, and it goes through his arm. He's got his arm locked in there. What a beautiful catch. They were talking about Thigpen and saying what a great year he's having. Well, that's just an example of it.
He's doing today what he's been doing all year. Bill Cowher said yesterday he has gone to one of that upper echelon of receivers in the National Football League, and now we can see why.
Picked by San Diego 4 years ago, so perhaps there's a little extra going for him to scored one touchdown on a 1-yard dive earlier. Gibson, the rookie defensive lineman, the blocker, and they fake the run, and Tom Zach gets a block. Throws incomplete. Intended for Jonathan Hayes.
Pass intended for Hayes, incomplete.
Bill Cowher checking his playlist.
Mike Tomczak does a good job here. Tries to wait to let Jonathan Hayes. Oh, and he takes a big shot right there. Watch Mike Tomczak. He's going to let Jonathan Hayes uncover in the end zone and almost sticks it in. Oh, Jonathan Hayes hits him right in the chest. Second pass today he's dropped. The other one was turned into an interception.
Although Mims took a label on Tomczak.
Bruner, the touchdown. Morris. He is in. Touchdown.
Well, the Chargers are complaining, but you got to remember one thing. But Bam Morris, all that ball has to do is cross the plane to the goal line. And once it does, and you're not on the ground, you're fine. Here comes Bam Morris right at you. Now watch what he does at the end of this play. He's going to get hit here, and he gets the ball over the goal line. See, his feet, his knees never hit. Once it breaks the plane, it doesn't have to go into the end zone. His legs, his knees never hit the ground. He had his hand down. That was outstanding running.
That entire stripe is in the end zone. So all you have to do is touch the front edge. So Pittsburgh closing out this first half with another score. Johnson's extra point, and it's 31-6.
If you're ever coming back on the field after San Diego had scored, Tomczak had thrown the interception, which Jonathan Hayes dropped, and they showed confidence again and went down and executed and scored, I think, a big touchdown right there.
Kickoff to Coleman at the 15. Andre Coleman twisting to the 33. Well, that touchdown drive was 82 yards in 10 plays. And now Stan Humphries and the Chargers with 43 seconds left in the half. We'll see if they gamble on trying to get one big strike and at least a field goal.
Well, they have one timeout is all.
Look at Bam Morris, a couple of touchdowns today in the goal line situation.
You know, I think Bam Morris understands that, you know, that here you got Pegram is in there, he's playing, he's doing well, and now is when you go from a starter to a role player, and the question is how well can you handle it?
Chargers with Ronnie Hyman in the game, and they go to Papunu, a man who tore the hearts right out of these Pittsburgh fans with a touchdown in January. It's enough for a first down. And the final timeout spent by the San Diego Chargers.
That's the problem.
No, that's only their second. They have one more left.
That's the problem with throwing that ball down the middle like that. Now you got to waste the timeout after the catch.
Yeah, but it served the purpose what they wanted to do. They got the ball out now to the 43-yard line, and now they got a chance where a turnover won't kill them. Pittsburgh won't be in scoring position. Now Stan Humphries can gamble a little, maybe try to get it down the field. If nothing else, what of course they'd love to accomplish is get a field goal right here.
You saw Junior Seau has not played for most of this second quarter. Strained hamstring. He labored with that injury. I don't know if it's to the same leg throughout the summer camp, and perhaps has aggravated an old injury. He acted as if he, yes, and you now understand it is the same leg. So the glowering.
Well, they say once you get those hamstring injuries like that, they take a long time to recover. So apparently he never quite got over it.
First down for Humphries. Good protection. A wobbly pass, however, that's well over the head of Tony Martin.
I never ran fast enough to pull a hamstring. I don't even know where they are. I don't even know if I have them. Where are they? Where are they?
Paul, we didn't think you did. I wasn't even going to ask you if you ever pulled one.
I don't even know where they are.
This is the, by the way, the 35th anniversary of the Chargers, who did not start in San Diego, did they, Paul? You were on that first team.
Yep, up in Los Angeles. And the guy sitting over that box across, the general manager, Bobby Bethel, was a defensive back that first year.
Humphreys on second down underneath, a drop by Martin. And the receivers for Humphreys exactly being kind to him. There's Alex Spanos and Bobby Bethard on the left. Defensive back. Huh? Was he any good?
Yeah, but Bobby's tough. He was a tough kid.
Could he cover you one-on-one?
No. Well, we both played defense. I was a linebacker, and he was a.
Well, wait.
Why would he want to cover me? I'm a linebacker.
We talked about this before. You were a tight end. Now, how did you get from a tight end to a linebacker?
Lack of speed.
And a punter, and a very good one, I might add. Humphreys. Scramble. Chad Brown has his 5th sack of the season.
There is, when you hear announcers and players say, I got a coverage sack, well, Chad Brown, this is a coverage sack.
That's what it is. Stan Humphreys, really wonderful protection. Harry Swain is on Chad Brown, and Chad Brown keeps hustling and is able to get around and make the sack.
He has been Humphreys' nemesis the entire half.
Look down the field. You're Stan Humphreys right here, and look at all the receivers and defenders right here. Nobody is open. That's why Stan Humphreys has to hold on to the ball and take that sack. He's really fortunate he didn't fumble.
And you know, in defense of Harry Swain, you say, well, he was on Chad Brown. There's only so long you're going to keep a guy out. I mean, he kept him out as long as he possibly could. Here's a guy that makes an excellent play. He just keeps coming and keeps coming and coming. And because of the coverage downfield, he enables him to get the sack.
Well, as a quarterback, that's when you go to the sideline, you apologize to your offensive line for holding on to the ball so long, because they realize they got that clock in their head. They know they've given you plenty of time to get rid of it, and if you take a sack after that, that's just your fault.
17 seconds to go. Do you try to block this one? Look at that average, 58.3, his longest of the season, a 66-yarder, the last effort. Here they come.
Wow, he hit it again.
I don't know what's more impressive, his punting or his tackling. Paul, why don't you talk about this punter right here, his form, and see if you can relive some old memories of how it's done right.
Well, I'll tell you, the old memory is when you watch his leg, watch how high his leg gets. Mine gets about right. Can you freeze it? About halfway up. That's about as far as Mike. I'll show you where to freeze it. When he kicks, freeze it. Right
now
here, and I got it right there into my gut in the way. Yeah, right about there, just about right there ought to do it, and that's where I got it. That's as far as I ever went.
But when you played, they allowed you to drink beer at the timeout, didn't they?
Only at halftime.
Final play of the first half. A half that was as steely as it could be here in Pittsburgh for San Diego. Yards, and it's all in Pittsburgh's favor, although not overwhelmingly in total yards, but that doesn't include the 2 touchdowns by interception, 163 and the other 32 yards, so nearly another 100 yards there by the defense to score. San Diego gets it first. Norm Johnson to Andre Coleman. Kicking it to this left side consistently and shortening the field on Coleman, runs into his own man and gets out to the 23-yard line.
Dick, I go out on the limb every game. I'm going to do it again, boys.
Here we go. What is it?
San Diego must score here.
And all that without a drum roll. That was good.
I just wanted to get it right up front.
Here's a look at the 2 quarterbacks' first half numbers.
And really, those numbers do not even indicate how well Mike Tomczak played. Made a couple really tough throws into coverage where the defenders didn't turn around. So he has to be happy, along with the Steelers, about his play.
They try Means, and that's what they like to do. Get Means running toward the sidelines, not turning upfield where he is such an incredible load. The man with the big chassis Natron, they want to get him moving sidelines.
Yeah, when you get a guy going side to side like that, he really doesn't have the power. What Natron means when he is most effective, we saw it on his touchdown run, is when he gets his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, and then he can take on anyone.
4 yards on first down for Means. Waiting for him that time. A yard gain as Chad Brown and others to plug the hole. All 3 linebackers, Kirkland, Brown, and Lloyd there.
You know, I don't know that San Diego, Phil, has the kind of offense that can overcome a 25-point deficit in the second half.
Well, you might be right, Paul, but I think what you touched on earlier, keeping the situations in their favor, 3rd and 5, and I think they believe if they do this today, they can get a chance to make some big plays outside to the wide receivers.
Just enough for the first down to the 35-yard line against the Steeler defense. Had only 2 down linemen.
Well, Ronnie Harmon right there just did a good job of seeing the zone defense, and you're going to see him come out here and come across the middle underneath the zone. The other receivers are going to clear it out for him. Stan Humphries realizes it's his zone coverage, and watch Harmon stop and come right underneath, throw it into his chest. A good pickup by this Charger offense. First series of the third quarter.
And boy, you hear the helmets and pads popping out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 5. Carnell Lake from the secondary, one of the many on the stop of Means.
Right there, Paul, was one of those situations where you could hear Stan Humphries come to the line of scrimmage and check off to the run to which side he wanted it. So the crowd is quiet. San Diego's able to come up there and pick the good side to run the football to.
Means looking for another 100-yard rushing day. He's had 3 in a row. Has 61 today. Deshaun Jefferson twists out of the tackle, and then Alboyd Mays comes back to make the stop. That's a good effort by Mays. He unable to bring down Jefferson, but didn't quit when after him and was trying to create a fumble.
Really a gamble here by Alboyd Mays. You see Stan Humphries throws it out. He comes up, tries to make the big hit, and if it isn't for the hustle of LeVon Kirkland and Carnell Lake getting out there, that could have turned into a big play.
Well, when you look at Jefferson, he knows they're going to get some support. You see him stop instead of trying to stretch it down the field. He tried to cut back. Kirkland was there.
At the Pittsburgh 46, Means carrying tacklers with him, but a flag is down. And it's thrown right at number 86, Alfred Papunu.
Well, Papunu was holding Greg Lloyd. I mean, Lloyd is sitting there on the ground saying, you know, the man can't drag me down.
Boy, Greg Lloyd, he said it's not football unless my shoulder.
Holding number 86 of the offense. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
Lloyd said it's not football unless my shoulders are numb in the first quarter. That tells you his personality.
Well, you hit Natron Means all day long. He's going to be sore. Lloyd's going to be sore, and everybody else that hits this guy, they're going to be sore.
Vocal has been Lloyd about the $12,000 fine for the hit in the preseason against Brett Favre of Green Bay. He said, hey, my job is to make good contact with quarterbacks. I'm not stopping. Numbers down the middle. Papunu, too tall.
Boy, Lloyd was in his face again. Made a spin move at the line of scrimmage and got right upfield. Lloyd, watch, he's going to make a spin move as he comes up the field. Watch it. Boom. Here he's hit. Back to the inside, right in his face. You notice, you never notice Lloyd when he goes by someone, and you ever have a guy that you played against, when he goes by, he's always putting his arm on you, just let you know I'm there.
That's right. He even talks about to let the quarterback know I'm there. I almost got you that time.
On 2nd and 20, deep sideline. To Sean Jefferson. Well, that was a pretty good hit by Darren Perry. He catapulted Jefferson about 15 yards off the field. 16 yards in the play.
Good job right there, Stan Humphries. Watch Sean Jefferson come over here and go out, and you're going to see the over and the under of the defense. And Stan Humphries does just a good job of going back and waiting for the receiver to come up. Look at the defense, the hole. He anticipates, throws it in there.
The whole defensive line was stayed right on the line of scrimmage.
is to the 22-yard line. A first down, San Diego. Darren Perry with a tackle. Means trying to fire up his teammates.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Watch Means get his shoulders square to the field. He's going outside. Now watch when he turns. Now, when he turns here, his shoulders are square. You're not going to bring him down. Kirkland is there. He just pushes him away.
And Perry wisely goes low around the ankles to trip him up. Means now with 77 yards on the afternoon. Ronnie Harmon comes in. And it's Harmon. And a lot of dancing, but out of it all, Harmon gains only 3 yards as Brenson Buckner gets him down.
Ronnie Harmon said, I thought I just ran about 54 yards, didn't I? And I got 3. Here goes Harmon. Watch this dancing in here, Phil. Boom. Back out. Hop back out. Back to the outside. Back to the inside.
Wow, what a straight arm there to Willie Williams. Just knocked him down with that left arm.
Picked up 3.
Humphreys pumps, throws, Martin, touchdown. Tony Martin.
What a throw by Stan Humphreys. They've been throwing those short slants all day long, and all of a sudden, what do? They change up. Watch right here. Tony Martin comes down in and fakes, breaks outside. Alvoy Mays jumps up on it. Stan Humphreys takes the quick 3-step drop. The corners read that, and watch him sees the quarterback go. It's too late. Tony Martin is vying for the easy touchdown.
Martin's second touchdown catch of the season. He has 4 receptions today, 33. The leader in the AFC coming in. Carney's try for point. Chargers went for 2 on their other score, but failed. Carney knocks it in, and San Diego with a score here early in the second half.
You see Alvoy Mays looking inside right there. He got caught.
Outside the Three Rivers Stadium as Carney turns at the 8. Ahead of steam. And finally wrapped up by rookie Mark Montroy, who grew up in Toronto, Canada. 31-yard return and a flag on the play.
The flag is on number 96.
Dan Sasa.
Yeah. He came back and just pushed one of the Pittsburgh players, and the official was the line judge is standing right there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 96 of the kicking team, 15 yards from the end of the run. First down, timeout.
Meanwhile, Greg Lloyd, after the touchdown by San Diego, you think he doesn't want the Chargers to get anything. 41, it's turned around today, and look at San Diego, 119 yards. Dan Sasa, that was a bad penalty.
Sasa's looking across the sideline, said, I'll get you on the next one.
Puts Pittsburgh in business at the 45 of San Diego. Pegram.
What a play by Sean Gale right there. Coming on a blitz from the outside, comes up and takes the guard on. And watch what he does here. You'll see him at the bottom of the screen, number 23, Sean Gale. And watch him come across the line of scrimmage. Leon Searcy pulling, getting out there, takes him on and tackles Eric Pegram for the loss. Good aggressive play again by the San Diego secondary.
This guy takes on a guy over 300 pounds. He weighs 200 pounds. He throws him away.
That's why they like him.
Yeah, I bet.
Second and long. Tom Zach, good protection. Goes for Kingpin. Off his shoulder. Incomplete. He had beaten Willie Clark.
There's a ball that hits him right in the shoulder pads, and when you should turn, make that little bit of a turn and use your hands. Watch where this ball hits. Right off his shoulder pad. Bang.
Boy, another tough break from Mike Tomczak. Really, he is putting the ball where he is supposed to almost every single throw, and he's not getting rewarded for that, really. Between the receivers, a couple drops have really hurt him.
So it's 3rd and 13. San Diego again playing without Junior Seau. Fred McAfee in the backfield, shotgun. Shovel pass. And down goes Andre Hastings, and flags fly with it. Glenn Young, first-year player from Syracuse, linebacker, made the stop. The penalty against Pittsburgh. Do you decline here and bring up 4th down?
You got a holding penalty against Pittsburgh, and I would imagine you'd refuse it because the ball, they're not going to kick a field goal from here. It'd be 4th down.
Holding, number 66 of the offense, 10 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Tom Newberry was the guy that was holding, but I don't know why you would take this penalty, because they're not going to kick a 60-some-yard field goal. It'd be 4th down. There's Newberry holding right there. It's right at the point of attack. But I mean, it just, to me, it makes no sense to take this penalty.
Well, it would have been 4th and 5, and maybe Bobby Ross figures, they make a 5-yard. That's a 1st down at least here. One more down. They're going to have to throw it longer. Maybe we can intercept.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't think you're going to go for it 4th down and 5 inside, right at the 45-yard.
They're hoping for a bad play by the Pittsburgh Steelers here. They're willing to take this chance, and I agree with this little gamble.
Screen pass complete. Hastings cut down at the 46-yard line.
But the Steelers, of course, play it safe with the lead. They go with the screen. They're not going to take a chance of making a mistake right here.
Well, 2 things happen that I think. One, you take the penalty, they had the ball back, and they're going to take up almost 40 seconds to a minute off the clock that the Chargers need.
Well, they hurry into punt formation, and Stark to Coleman, 11-yard line. San Diego will have it when we return to the almost 61,000.
Well, now we're going to see how Greg Lloyd's pep talk got to Mr. Ray Seals, because he was the guy that he was yelling at, number 97 on the defense, and he was yelling at these guys saying, hey.
He was yelling at everybody. We watched him walk up and down the sideline, the defensive linemen, the coaches, everybody. And I think we knew why, too, because there was a couple plays where the defensive line never got off the line of scrimmage on passing plays. He wants them to get some pressure on Stan Humphries.
Humphries improving his numbers on that first drive. 4 for 5. Play action. And wide open is Papunu. And the big tight end to the 19-yard line. A gain of 8 from Pittsburgh. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, in Seattle, the Seahawks. Chris Warren from 4 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the day. The Seahawks are leading the Denver Broncos 7-0 in the 3rd quarter. Let's go back to Paul and Phil and whoever else is in the booth with them in Pittsburgh.
Oh, what's his day? That's okay. Denver didn't score a touchdown against San Diego last week. Shut out so far today. Means, right into the grasp of Brinson Buckner. And the 305-pound Buckner said no farther, Natron.
Good job by Brinson Buckner right here. You'll see number 96 holding his ground. And what happens, he lets Natron Means come to him. Look at him fighting inside. Fights off the blocker, comes back. Nobody there. Good play by Brinson Buckner.
That was a 2nd and 2, and now 3rd and about 1.5.
Again, we saw the discipline of this defense of Pittsburgh today, staying where they're supposed to be on each and every play.
We go to the pass. Oh, nice catch. And trying to crawl forward. He was down on the slip was Tony Martin, and then Greg Lloyd there to make sure that was it. 1st down at the 26.
Well, this is what makes Greg Lloyd mad. There's really no pressure on Humphries. He's got time. Green is back there, but he's being held, and then he's got all this time to throw the football, and that's what's making him mad.
Martin, who went to high school in Miami, and one of his teammates was Brett Perriman, and they're both in the top 5 in receiving coming into this game. This one deep down the middle, and intercepted by Pittsburgh's Williams again. Another juggle, and they say perhaps he was not down by contact. Now he is at the 38-yard line. Williams has his 2nd pick.
What a play by Willie Williams. Right there, he stays man coverage. There's no help back there. And watch him right here against Sean Jefferson. He sees the in cut, a little too far in front, stays with the ball, and makes another nice catch.
Well, the 3rd interception by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Jerry, we're about to meet Freddie Fast.
Is in sports, and NBC will have it the first weekend in November, and the preview next weekend. Stan Humphries, he's been hit with a little tough luck as receivers have juggled 3 passes that have gone to interceptions. From the 38-yard line, Eric Pegram to to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 7. And during that commercial break, they replayed the interception on the big screens here at Three Rivers. And Stan Humphries saw that again. It was a juggle. The ball should have been caught.
What he's thinking is, I could throw it. I can't go catch it. And he puts the ball in the guy's hands. I mean, there's just no reason not to catch this football. This guy is, every interception has been made so far today, 2 for touchdowns. And that one there, these balls were hitting him in the hands.
Pegram, no hole as 93. Reuben Davis finally got on the legs of the ball carrier. Gain of a yard, maybe 2. 3rd and call it 5.
Sean Gale again, Phil. I mean, now we know why they went out and got the safeties, Bo Orlando and Sean Gale, because these guys are up in the line of scrimmage making the play. That time Sean Gale again in the backfield.
Kept him from cutting it outside right there. Sean Gale stayed with it where he was supposed to be, and Pegram cuts it back inside. All of his help took him down.
Tomczak under pressure, throwing long and too long. Bernie Mills, the intended receiver. And on 4th down, will they go for the field goal? Yes, in comes, no, Ron Stark, the punter, is coming on.
This would be a 50-yard field goal.
It might be changing here.
Well, Stark's a good athlete. Maybe if you have a fake in the book, although you have a big lead.
This could be one of those draw them off sides right here, maybe. That's what they could be setting up.
Well, the Chargers are playing it as if it's a pass.
Stark just trying to kick a dying quail inside the 10. And Chris Oldham trying to tiptoe and hope he could bat it back. It'll be on the 20. She knows timing's everything. She knows when not to say something. The long pass to Martin, and well thrown out of bounds at the 43-yard line, a gain of 23. But the story didn't end there, Phil Simms, because after the game, he goes down to his office. You saw the daughter. She was 8 last year. Megan, what'd she say to Daddy?
She walks in and says, "Dad, Johnny L. Williams could have got 3 yards running. Why did you throw it?" And so you're never away from second guessing, even from your children.
There's Megan, now 9. First down, San Diego. Means out of one tackle, but not the other, is hit from the backside and cut down by Joel Steed.
Well, the funny thing about that, then after we talked to Cower about that, then we talk to the Chargers, and we talked to Junior Seau about the play. And I said to Junior, I said, down there on the goal line, I told him the story. He says, we never even considered them running the football. I was in pass defense, all of us, the whole way. Never took anything into consideration about them running the football.
Megan was right. She had the call. Ronnie Harmon. And a flag down, and one would assume another against the San Diego Chargers, who have self-destructed today.
Well, Bobby Ross, we were talking to him yesterday about Moton. Last week, he had 3 holding penalties.
Number 73 of the offense, 10 yards.
Well,
Repeat
this
second down.
On Isaac Davis, his second. And I'm going to tell you something. Yes, you can see Bobby Ross yesterday. I mean, he was almost livid about the fact of holding penalties. We just can't have that.
Those are mental errors, not physical errors. Look at that, 233 total yards, and if you subtract the penalty yards, you got barely 100 yards for the day. Then you don't even include the 2 touchdown runs with interceptions by Pittsburgh. Screen to Harmon. And Joel Steed, a good job to make the tackle at the 40. What's happening elsewhere? Let's go to New York.
All right, Dick, quick baseball update. The Colorado Rockies have beaten the Giants 10-9 and clinched the National League wild card. They open Tuesday night at home against Atlanta. Seattle lost to Texas 9-3. If California holds on to beat Oakland, there will be a 1-game playoff for the AL West title tomorrow in Seattle. Earlier, the Yankees clinched the American League wild card with a 6-1 win over Toronto. Dick?
All right, coming down to the final day and plenty of drama in baseball. Here, very little as Pittsburgh, big 21-0 lead early. Now 3rd down and 12. ball juggled and incomplete as Alvoid Mays and a flag down right in front of Bill Cowher. The two receiver and defender were elbowing, hand checking all the way down, and as usual it goes against the defensive team.
Pass interference, number 28 of the defense. First down.
Well, you could probably call it on either one of them. Watch here, Alvoid Mays against Tony Martin. You see both of them getting their hands. Wow. Tony Martin pushing off right there, but that is a pretty good hold by Alvoid Mays on the jersey.
Isn't there a rule you can only hold the jersey for 5 yards, anything over 5?
Well, actually, what he did is he took that Tony Martin's short sleeve shirt and made it a long sleeve shirt.
So first down at the Pittsburgh 45. Yeah, that was a Taylor move right there. 15 yards, bad tailoring. Reverse to Martin, and then Martin, a former quarterback in college, throws for me. Incomplete. Good effort by Natron. Darren Perry there, and the Steelers weren't fooled a bit, were they?
Well, you know, the worst part about that, there was really no one. Mark Say was the only offensive receiver downfield. Now, you see Martin, here's the handoff from Means, and looking downfield, Martin said, well, there's nobody down there. So I'll go back here and throw it to Natron.
Pretty good pass.
Nice foul. I tell you, what a job by the Pittsburgh defense. They had the reverse shut off, and then he went to throw the pass, and everybody was covered down the field.
Tony Martin was a quarterback at Mesa, Colorado, and I suppose they've had that play in for a while.
Would you agree or not, Phil, that when you start Perry's down?
San Diego, 2 minutes plus remaining in the third quarter. Pittsburgh leading 31-13. Sidelines and complete to Jefferson. Nice move. Sean Jefferson inside the Pittsburgh 25. A 20-yard effort.
You've been waiting all day for this comeback, haven't you?
Yes, I have. And anytime you single cover these outside receivers of the San Diego Chargers, look at the top of your screen. You're going to see Sean Jefferson drive off Deion Figures. He's wide open. And Stan Humphries told us yesterday his favorite route, and the one he throws the best, is that deep sideline route.
They have a 13. You know, most people run it about 8 to 10. They run it from 13, 18, sometimes 21 to come back to 18.
To Means. Now the throw complete to Mark Say at the 5-yard line. Williams and Perry with a tackle.
I'm telling you that Stan Humphries, you talk about a great job, because he was going to Say at first, and then Say was covered. So when he scrambles back out, Say just drifts into the open area. Now watch Humphries. He's looking right to his right. See that? That's Say he's looking at. Well, he's covered. Now he goes back and he looks over here and he sees Say come uncovered again right there and hits it with the ball at the 5-yard line. That is hustle by the quarterback.
Pretty good spiral too, huh, Phil?
Yeah, that hand's not bothering him anymore.
First and goal to change the complexion of this game. And Means stopped after 2 by Joel Steed, the big nose tackle, 295-pounder. Colorado beat the Oklahoma Sooners last night, and the Buffs are tough again. So Bill Cowher sees, hey, if the Chargers score, it could be 31-20, and this becomes a fourth quarter worth noting.
Well, it really does, and this San Diego defense is capable of creating turnovers, so we could have a really good game going in the fourth quarter because of this.
Yeah, and I would be surprised to see them go for 2 if they do score.
Second and goal. Humphries hit from the backside, and that's the kind where you expect a fumble, but he hangs on to it as Greg Lloyd smothers him.
I'll tell you what, Greg Lloyd just unloaded.
No, but you'll see Greg Lloyd here coming from the outside, and Vaughn Parker, the left tackle, for some reason waits too long to get out there to block him, and Greg Lloyd comes in untouched.
End of the third quarter. Final seconds tick away. And when we come back, the ball on the 10-yard line, 3rd and goal, San Diego. We'll be back after these messages from your favorite station. Humphries throws it through the end zone. Sean Jefferson was the closest white jersey. Now do you go for the 3? Yes.
Well, Sean Jefferson was out of the end zone and came back into the field of play and never could get back. You take the 3 here because it puts you within 15. And 15 is a touchdown, and then a touchdown, and then 2.
You got it.
John Carney, who has made 37 of 41 field goal attempts in the last 2 years. This one will be 28 yards. And slices it through. It's 31-16. Fourth quarter just underway. Sacked by Lloyd. The Chargers get only 3. Carney to Mills at the 6. And look who's on the special teams. Ronnie Harmon makes the tackle. A 19-yard return. Well, tonight at 8/7 Central, it's Sunday's must-see TV comedy hit Mad About This Talk.
Yeah, that's right. There was no comments on that one.
I liked it.
I did too. I thought at least you're ready for the game.
Screen, and Pegram runs right by the tackler and gets more all the way out to the 42-yard line. It appeared that the Chargers had that one well read and zeroing in on Pegram, a Charger tackler, and he ran right by him. 17.
Glenn Young is the guy that commits himself to the inside, number 59, the linebacker. Watch what he does. He's going to sacrifice a position right there to go around the block, and when you do that, you're going to miss the play.
That's right. A good call by the Steelers right there. Nice and conservative. Not much can go wrong with the play, because that field goal by the Chargers is kind of forcing the Steelers to go ahead and be a little aggressive here and try to move the football.
There's the guy they missed right there, 55.
Sayos out, and Glenn Young playing in his spot. Bam Morris. And Morris just straight ahead, and a flag goes down. Sean Gale finally made the stop. And Jerry Austin will explain the penalty.
Sean Lee said I was held. No, you probably were. Look at that look.
Sour.
Holding number 73 of the offense, 10 yards. Repeat, first down.
That look right there can turn milk rotten. Look at that. Whoa.
Justin Strelzik was. And that's not what Bill Cowher wants, nor does any. I guess probably penalties are like errors in baseball. I mean, they just drive your managers and coaches crazy.
It drives them crazy. I mean, especially on a play like that where it's a straightaway power play. Your linemen should just be aggressive, fire out. Don't try to make it too complicated, and they did there.
So Tom Zach goes to his tight end, Bruner, and they circle it back 12 yards to the tight end. Lewis Bush makes the tackle. The Chargers in their season thus far have outscored their opponents in the fourth quarter, counting the 3 today, 20-0. So they've been tough in the final quarter.
Well, Willie Clark found out that Bruner has got a pretty good forearm.
I think we're seeing why Mark Bruner, the Steelers were telling us yesterday, they got to get him in the games more. When he gets his hands on the ball, he can make some extra yards for the offense.
It's a different ball game.
Well, the one thing about Bam Morris that he does, and most runners should do, is his legs, they don't stop. People say it's a second effort. It's not. It's a continuous effort. As long as he keeps those legs moving, as big as he is and as strong as he is, he can move the pile back.
I think he's in there trying to make a statement. I still should be starting, and every time he's got his hands on the ball today, we've seen him be probably more aggressive than he has in the first 4 games running the football.
He had momentum appeared to be stopped at the Pittsburgh 48, and he went down at the San Diego 48, where it's 3rd and 1. Direct snap to Pegram, and he ran into his own man and still made big yardage in a first down.
Good job by the Pittsburgh Steelers here, really playing it safe. Instead of handing it to the quarterback, they directed right to Eric Pegram here on 3rd and 1. Look at him run into the lineman there. Leon Searcy makes a cutback and makes a vital first down, I think, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Keeps that clock moving.
81 yards for Pegram. He's outrushed Natron Means, I believe. Means is in the 70s. Ricky Blyer's old number 20 down to the 31-yard line. Sean Gale makes the stop.
This is what the Steelers envision in their football team. Get ahead, get in the fourth quarter, let our big offensive line and our running game eat the clock up and win the football game for us.
Bo Orlando just took himself out of the ball game for San Diego. Brought Rodney Harrison in. But I had enough of this.
11 minutes plus remaining in this fourth quarter. Steelers taking their full complement of time. The play clock down to 4, and they're not going to get it off, so timeout. Second and 3. And Bam Morris hit at the 35-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Sean Lee and Reuben Davis down, the 2 big tackles to
run another play of some kind up inside.
It'll be hard to do that because you don't have any backs.
Mills and Hastings right, and 3 receivers to the left. Tomczak and Leslie O'Neal persevering, blocked away, but didn't quit, and finally records the sack. He has 2.5 this year.
Well, here's your coverage sack again. I mean, you've got 5 receivers going out into pattern, and Tomczak can't find anyone open.
A good job by Tomczak of not going ahead and throwing it down the field and taking a chance in this situation. 2 Steeler receivers ran across the middle and ran into each other. Don't wonder there was nobody open right there.
Starkin to punt. Right-hander in many of the things he does, but kicks it left-footed. 3 times the punt leader in the NFL.
Sorry, Dick, he'll take the penalty here.
Now they chew up as much time, down to 9:45 left in the fourth quarter. Chargers need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion to tie. Position from that point on, but you take the 2 interception touchdowns out of this one, and it's closely contested.
There's no doubt those turnovers just changed the complexion of the whole game for the San Diego Chargers.
Another delay of game penalty against Stark, so will San Diego decline, giving him more kicking room, and they'll take it out to the 46.
Repeat 4th down.
You see, what happened was when they refused the penalty, there was no penalty, so the clock started again. So they ran 25 more seconds off the clock, and by not taking the penalty. This time they know they got to take the penalty. If they refuse it again, they just keep doing it over and over again and take 25 seconds off the clock.
So it's down to 9:20. Coleman lets it go and into the end zone. On the 20-yard line will be the spot for San Diego.
Well, the only problem is that they don't need to use that spot yet, but if something ever happens and gets more injuries, that means they're going to have to put him on injury reserve.
From the 20-yard line, the Chargers come out throwing. Sean Jefferson spins out to the 36-yard line. Willie Williams, the tackler, a gain of 16. The time, just under 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh leads by 15, and the Chargers will hurry up the offense or not? Guess not. Here comes Means, along with Dwayne Young, and Harmon and Jefferson go out.
Kind of surprising that last play. The Steelers put one of the safeties, Carnell Lake, up inside like they were going to expect to run.
They get it this time from Means, who picks up another first down at the 47-yard line, just at the sticks, and they do now motion first down. Levon Kirkland, the tackler. And for Means, he now has 92 yards.
I don't like what I'm seeing with this Pittsburgh team right now. I know they're ahead by 15 points, but they're in a catching mode. I mean, they're just sitting back on their heels. The corners are way off too far. They're giving them all that they want. And I know the clock is moving, but you still have to play defense.
8 minutes left. Underneath the Harmon. Good move forward. And picked up of about 6 to the Pittsburgh 48-yard line.
And Dick, you know, we were talking to Bill Carr yesterday. He just said, you know, we haven't put an entire game together this year. We played 3 quarters. We played a half. And the problem is that at the end of the game, we're just not playing the way we're capable of playing. And I can guarantee he's not liking what he's seeing here.
Well, they're caught in between here. What do you do as a defense or as a team? Are you aggressive, go up there and take a chance and give up a quick touchdown, or do you play it kind of safe? And right now they're playing it safe.
On second down, Humphries throws long, wide open is Martin, and he drops the touchdown pass.
What a play by Stan Humphries. Under pressure, shakes off Greg Lloyd, gets away from the sack, and still puts the ball right on the money.
I mean,
Tony Martin there doing a double move, the out and up, something that beat him last year in the playoff game, and Stan Humphries under pressure puts the ball right there.
You know, you just get a feeling sometimes, and you look at Perry, you look at his safety, and they're sitting back there and they're looking, and here's the reaction from Humphries, but they're looking back to see Lloyd in the backfield. So, well, Lloyd's got it, and then you stop.
Third down. That's going to be intercepted. No, it isn't. Chad Brown had it, but knocked away as the Chargers alertly played defense, the offensive lineman, to deny the interception, but that then brings up fourth down and short 5.
I'll tell you what, Phil, when this ball goes up in the air, watch all these guys going for it. They don't want Chad to get it. I want it. Everybody wants a piece.
Right there, though, was a really good play by Deion Figures, the corner, putting pressure on the receiver, not letting him catch the ball.
Fourth down, about 5. And it's complete, enough for a first down at the 41 to Alfred Papunu.
He goes down and just pushes off on Greg Lloyd. Stan Humphries looking at him all the way, the one-on-one coverage, pushes him off, turns around, and makes the catch. You see him watch down at the bottom of your screen. To your left, right here, Alfred Papunu going up, hits Greg Lloyd, pushes him. Stan Humphries stands in there and makes a good throw on fourth down.
Lloyd all over the field. He's in the backfield. He's covering. Papunu did limp off the field, but he seems to be all right.
6.5 minutes remain. Humphries to the sidelines, intercepted. Another one. And this one wasn't the receiver's fault. Alvoid Mays. He and Williams, the two corners, a brace apiece.
This ball was thrown too late, Phil. Alvoid Mays was just waiting on it. This ball was, first of all, thrown too late and then too far to the inside.
Well, what happens here? Stan Humphries sees the single coverage outside. He tries to anticipate the throw, but he throws it behind the receiver. Alvoid Mays comes behind and makes the interception. Look right there. You see Tony Martin might be open if the ball is thrown way outside. Just a bad throw by Stan Humphries.
That's what I'm saying. It was thrown too late and too far to the inside.
Boy, the Steelers, though, dodged a moment when Tony Martin, as you see some of the Charger officials disappointed. Martin had a touchdown that could have pulled San Diego within one score. And now it's Pegram trying to do something that no back has done against. Timeout San Diego with 6:07 remaining, and Greg Lloyd receiving some attention. Carolina, and Martin and the Chargers go to the Super Bowl. Reasonably tough catch, but one that you're paid to make, and San Diego denied.
What's interesting about those two plays we just saw, it was the same move that got him open on both of them.
Second down and 8. Fighting his way to the 37. We go to New York for this report.
All right. Play quarterback?
For all that money, he should.
That's right. Well, get him over there.
Now, speaking of quarterbacks, there's Neil O'Donnell, oftentimes maligned even in his home city. But after the last couple of losses, a lot of folks here in Pittsburgh saying, hey, maybe O'Donnell's the way he protects the ball, not a bad quarterback at all. That was the Lions. They'd already lost Woodson in the first game, and then he gets the sandwich, a broken little finger on his throwing hand. And O'Donnell looked pretty good in practice, though, didn't he?
We watched him Friday in practice. I tell you, he was throwing that ball all over the field with velocity. He looked good. Taking the snap is the problem.
3rd and 3, a very big play. Steelers to run out the clock. And Lewis Bush, there's the late flag. It came in late from the sidelines. Ernie Mills, they ruled that Lewis Bush was there too soon. That'll give the 134 yards in penalties
you go home a loser.
You're supposed to lose in those kind of situations. Right there, the Steelers come out 5 wide receivers. San Diego has to match it with a linebacker on a wide receiver. It really should have been an easy play for the Steeler offense.
Dan Morris and Chris Mims got an early piece of him, and
to come out and play like that, and he did today. He came out right from the start with confidence.
breaks a tackle in the backfield. And Bam, after running through the hit by Sean Lee. And Morris sticking his head in there and picks up the first down. A couple of yard gain to the 47, and the clock continues to hit you away.
San Diego with only one timeout. I mean, it's
down, and Morris caught in the backfield, and it doesn't get any easier for Coach Bobby Ross and the Chargers. Their schedule rated as the most difficult in the NFL at the start of the season. After this game, they go Monday night to Kansas City, then home against Dallas, then at Seattle. After their bye week, Miami and Kansas City again.
That's not fair. It really isn't. I mean, they had to be a little bit happy today coming in, because the Steeler team, with its injuries and the way they were playing, I thought they were catching them at the right time, but they didn't catch them at the right time.
It's fair. They went to the Super Bowl. It's fair.
Bam Morris using his moniker as a thrust. Bush makes the tackle. He said the preseason used to be Bam Bam when he was a kid.
Yeah, they went across the middle one time and dropped the ball. They whacked him, knocked him cold, made him just Bam.
That'll do that to a nickname, won't it?
Yeah, that's right. And if he plays in this NFL long enough, he'll lose that other Bam when somebody hits him.
3rd down and 9. Morris, who was the number 3 pick by the Steelers, 3rd round pick last year out of Texas Tech. Couple of short yardage touchdowns today. Oh, he's running hard. Half the San Diego team had a piece of him, and down at the 45, and Bobby Ross spends his final timeout. Well, there's some unfinished business between Bill Cowher and the National Football League office, and it all surrounds this moment last Sunday. Officials, I've got pictures that show I had only 11 men on the field, not 12. You want to believe it? Do you believe a picture's better than 1,000 flags? That gave Fuad Rubez a chance to kick a field goal that counted, and then a final point by Cowher. Gordon McCarter, the referee. As yet, we understand there has been no word from Paul Tagliabue in the NFL office. He's been a busy man, the commissioner, and I think Bill is expecting an invoice.
The thing that upset him most is that they took a timeout in order, because the film came down and he saw it. He said, I went to 3 players that might have been on that field, and I asked each one, were you there? And they said no. He said, I knew I only had 11 then. And then when I got the picture, I couldn't get anybody's attention because the officials are not allowed to look at it.
Well, and Gordon McCarter said, you know, I can't change it, though. And that didn't make him any easier. He said 2 wrongs don't make a right. He shouldn't have done it, but when you're losing and you give the other team another 3 points, it doesn't help your attitude. Stark rolls it through the end zone, so San Diego with 2 minutes. Humphreys to the sideline to Sean Jefferson at the 2-minute timeout. It comes with 1:50.
Oh, I would have never dropped it.
On the 32, underneath he goes to Papunu, who takes quite a sock from Carnell Lake. Chargers without a timeout, so they go to the hurry-up, trailing by 15 points. 1:42, 1:41 remaining. Junior Seau injured in the first half, hamstring injury, has not played the second half. Humphreys drilled again. This time Ray Seals has the sack.
Boy, do defensive linemen and linebackers love this. They just know that I got 4 guys up front. I'm just going to tee off, and here I come. I have no run responsibility, and you stand back there long enough, I'm going to nail you.
3rd sack for Pittsburgh today. They had 55 last year. Almost intercepted. Deion Figures had that one thrown right into his belly. Brings up 4th down and 14.
14 at the 28.
We welcome those of you that have been watching Denver and Seattle from the Kingdome, where the Seahawks prevailed 27-10 over the Broncos. Dick Enberg, Phil Simms, Paul McGuire, Three Rivers Stadium. It's been all Pittsburgh. They led 21-0 after the first quarter. 2 pass interceptions for touchdowns. San Diego's last hope here, 4th and 14. Humphreys to Harmon, but that won't be enough for the first down as Carnell Lake rejects him out of bounds, and Pittsburgh takes over on downs in San Diego territory. Here's the story early, leading 7-0 Pittsburgh. Humphreys to throw. And the difference in the game today, these 2 interceptions. Alboyd Mays, 32 yards after Papunu juggled. Earlier, Willie Williams had gone 63 yards with another juggled ball that became a Pittsburgh score. And those 2 touchdowns weigh heavily in the score, 31-16.
Well, we were here in the preseason to watch the Steeler team play the Green Bay Packers, and I think this is the way we envisioned they would play this season, not what we saw the past couple weeks. They would come out and be aggressive on defense, the running game, and the quarterback would make some big throws in the passing game, and that's what they did today.
John Ferrantis, our coordinating producer of football, and John Gonzalez, our director today in Pittsburgh, and of course the executive producer of NBC Sports is Tommy Roy. Ricky Diamond is the producer of our NFL on NBC pregame and halftime shows. That's directed by John Gilmorton. Associate director of today's game, Ed Fibashaw. Technical director, Mitch Geller. Tim DeKime, our production manager. Bill Herbstman, our production associate. Jennifer Aiello, our stage manager. Our thanks to all the men and women here in Pittsburgh. Is Mike Tomczak, who had coming into the game 1 touchdown and 8 interceptions. Plays very solidly today and helped by that Blitzburgh defense. Bill Cowher's team goes to 3-2. San Diego with a loss, 3 wins and 2 defeats. One coach commiserating. He was much happier in January, Bobby Ross. He was on his way to the Super Bowl after a win here in Pittsburgh. Final score, Steelers 31, San Diego 16 for Phil Simms and Paul McGuire. Dick Enberg at Three Rivers Stadium. Stay with us. We're going on more NFL action.